Hey guys, it's Gabby. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my nail care routine. So I do this usually once a week. Sometimes in the winter, or if my nails are just really crusty for some reason, then I'll do it 2 times in a week. But this is like the easiest nail routine ever. It doesn't take long and you really don't need many products. So the first thing that I typically do is start by filing and shaping my nails. As you can see, I have a square nail shape. I've had this shape for years. I just like that it's easy to file. The only downside is it's also easier to break the corners of your nails. So not the safest nail shape, but pretty much all I do to maintain the shape is just go straight across my nail and then I'll go straight up the sides. And the file I'm using is a 280/320 grit file. I do try to use a higher grit, so even the glass nail files would be even better than using something like this. But typically I don't use those just because I feel like they take longer and I know my nails, and I feel like that's kind of what it comes down to. You have to know what your nails can take and what they can't. So I know this grit is fine for me. But if you're someone who has weaker nails or they tend to split as they grow longer, then I would definitely stick to a glass nail file. But either way, do not use a 100 grit nail file to file and shape your nails. I don't care how strong your nails may be, it's not good. So keep that in mind. And another huge thing, you want to make sure you're filing in one direction. You want to avoid going back and forth with that sawing motion because it can cause your nails to split or peel. And then I kind of just take my file and run it along the free edge of my nail just to get rid of any kind of file pieces that may be hanging off. And then I move on to the next step. So for this step, I'm going to be removing my cuticles, and that's just the dead white stuff you'll see on the bottom of your nail that's stuck to your nail plate. And there are so many ways to remove the cuticle, but I just like to keep it simple. I'm going to be using some orange wood sticks and then the Blue Cross Cuticle Remover. So I started using this a little over a year ago. I found it at Sally Beauty Supply, and I love this stuff. This is a 16-ounce bottle, and like I said, I do this around once a week, sometimes two, and I just finished it in this video. So it lasted over a year, and it's also affordable. This bottle was around $9, and they also have different sizes, so you can get a smaller size for around $5, I want to say. But I just squeeze some out around my cuticle area. And another thing I really like about this, it doesn't feel harsh. Like, I've tried some cuticle removers where my skin will turn red, or if I don't work quickly enough, it starts to burn a little bit, and I don't experience it with this one. It's gentle, but it also gets the job done. So I'm just taking the orange wood stick and just gently pushing back my cuticles, kind of scraping off around the sides too. And it should roll off pretty easily. You shouldn't be hurting yourself or making yourself bleed or anything like that when you're removing your cuticles. And if they are a bit more stubborn, you can use a metal pusher instead of the orange wood stick. But I don't know. I just don't reach that. I don't reach for that too often just because I think this is enough for me. But again, nothing wrong with it. It's really just a personal preference. So yeah, I just repeat that on all of my nails, and as I'm rolling off that cuticle, I just kind of wipe it off onto my paper towel. And I have tried so many different ways to remove cuticles, but I always go back to my orange wood sticks and my cuticle remover just because it just works for me. And sometimes if I have a big piece of cuticle kind of sticking up or a hangnail or anything like that, I'll take some cuticle nippers and just trim that off. But I really don't use those too often. Like, I think it's been maybe 2 months since I've last used them. But once I remove that cuticle, I just wash my hands and then I'm drying it with a paper towel. And here's what my nails look like after that step. So next I'm going to be applying some cuticle oil, and I like to use this one. This is the Sally Hansen Vitamin E Cuticle Oil. You can also just use a normal oil like a jojoba oil. And I also like this one. This is from Kiara Sky. I really like that it's a dropper, but I'm not too picky when it comes to cuticle oil because they're all pretty much going to get the job done. So find a scent that you like, find a brand that you like, and just use that. And what I like to do is I just apply it around my cuticle area on the sides and then also underneath my nail. And I'm just going to massage that around my skin, on my nail plate, and it's just going to help keep everything soft and moisturized. And I'll let that kind of just sit there and absorb into my nail for, it really depends. Sometimes I'll leave it on for 5 minutes, sometimes 20. Other times I'll put it on before I go to bed and just let that soak in overnight. But I try to use cuticle oil at least one time a week when I do this nail care routine. I'm trying to get better at doing it more. If I could do it every day, that would be great. So really, whenever you think about it, just pop some on and massage it in because it's only going to help. And that's pretty much it. Really only 3 steps: filing and shaping, removing my cuticle, and then applying cuticle oil. And then after that, I'll go into applying the polish or gel or whatever I'm applying to my nails. And you do want to make sure you remove any traces of that oil with rubbing alcohol or acetone before going in with your products. But I really don't do anything fancy or special. That's why I was kind of avoiding this video, because I'm like, this is it. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes to do, super easy, pretty much no products, but it works. So I hope this was helpful. I'll have the products that I use linked down below in the description box. And if you want, you can comment your nail care routine, like which steps you take, just in case somebody wants to try out something else. And yeah, I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.